So I've got to ask you the controversial question because I was sitting around one weekend and I was on social media and I saw the video of your I think it was your first dyno and it was like going everywhere. Everyone's reposting it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, he's over 4,000 horsepower. That's crazy. And then I saw it at the next weekend or the next event that you went to, and I was looking at some of the comments, and some people would say, well, let's see him do that uncorrected. Talk to me about your philosophy, your thoughts on corrected versus uncorrected, and like in the context of not just what you're doing with your truck, but like anyone who puts that's at these higher levels that puts their truck on a dyno somewhere. Like, how do you feel about that, or what would you say to people that say, "Well, I want to see him do 4,000 uncorrected"?
I mean, what's crazy is it's doable. Like looking like this truck, we have a whole nother nitrous kit we're not using, and I have at least 20% more fuel I could throw at it. So looking at the data and how everything's tracking and stuff, it's doable. I think the problem we're running into now is like, what tire do you put? Um, I talked to some very senior leaders or techs over at Mickey Thompson. I have talked to some guys at M&H. Uh, we don't know because the problem is that's just the mile an hour is crazy. As far as the uncorrected corrected thing, for me, I think the way I posted it on Facebook was probably the best. I said I'll just post both numbers and let people argue about it. I don't. I guess I really don't get into too much of the drama, and I think some of that is now that I'm just older. It really doesn't bother me. I think one of the coolest things is I set the two world records or whatever, and I get home and all my kids want to do is tell me about their day or go play in the backyard or whatever, and like it really snaps you back to reality pretty quick.
Yeah,
Um, and for me, like I look at the people that congratulate you or shoot you a text or whatever, like everyone in the industry that I have a lot of respect for, like realized how hard that was. Corrected, uncorrected, didn't matter. I mean, the correction factor's around because of elevation and weather. Um, the argument of how effective is nitrous at high elevation versus low elevation, there's a valid argument there. Um, turbochargers, there's a valid argument there. Um, I think when it comes to like fuel only stuff, the correction factor is more